Hello guys and welcome to the SETA course. Again, just a quick block video to help our new learners on e-learning with the SETA course. Now, you know that you were able to download all the documents from our Dropbox folder or directly from e-learning. And there's one assessment that we're going to do right through the course to our formatives. And yeah, once you've done with this full assessment, you're going to do it from the start to the end. And once you're done with it, we're going to give you another one that's going to be your summative, which you're going to do totally on your own. Okay, let's go and look at it. There's our activity number 16, if I get it. Yes, activity number 16. The full assessment guide that you have downloaded. You can either download it into Word or you can download it in a PDF format, whatever works the best for you. Again, you will also just see in the same folder, we've also included our help document for you. And there you can see, look here, this picture here is identical to this one here. So what you actually see here is exactly the same in here. So this one, the help document with your formative, is going to basically show you page for page what to do and how to complete it. Okay, I just want to go to the first page here and I want to talk about the entire assessment process. Now, the entire the assessment process consists out of 6 processes: plan, prepare, conduct, judgment, feedback, and review. Now, planning, I'm always saying that if you plan to go on holiday, you need to plan. You can't just go to the airport, arrive at the airport, and then decide what to do. You need to plan. So what do I need to do? Where am I going to do it? All that is happening in the planning stage. Then the prepare part is where you're going to actually meet with the learner to make sure the learner is prepared. Now, between the planning and the planning, I can send the learner a notification to come to a meeting at least 24 hours gap. Now, when the learner is there, I'm going to tell the learner nicely, don't waste my time. If you're coming on, say, Friday for an assessment and you're coming unprepared, we're going to have a problem because you're wasting my time. So I'm just going to have a nice meeting with the learner to make sure he's prepared and he knows the terms and conditions. If I'm working for myself, I'm going to tell him, listen, you'll have to rebook me. If you cancel the appointment, you're going to rebook me. If it's an employer, I'm surely they're going to have some disciplinary procedures in there when the learner comes unprepared. Okay, so that's the prepare part. And a minimum of 24 hours need to pass again before I can go to our conduct part. And that is where I always say the pawpaw is going to hit the fan. That is where we're going to test the learner. And we're going to have different type of instruments to test the learner. We can have an observation. That's where I'm going to look at him the whole time. And I'm going to say, I'm going to see how you do it. Or we can do an interview. That's where I can ask the learner some questions, or a written test, or a project handing, or a survey. There's different type of tests that we can do. Now, if all these tests were done, then I can go to number 4, is where the assessor can say, okay, listen, all this test papers was completed, and now I can decide if the learner is competent or not yet competent. It's the only place where you can do that. That's where I'm going to make the judgment by number 4. And number 5 is where I'm going to give the learner again feedback to tell him how did he do in his assessment. Did he not make it? Is he not yet competent? What did he have wrong? Must he come for a reassessment? All that feedback. And obviously we also need to make sure that the learner received that feedback. So I'm going to look for some proof there that he actually received the feedback. And then in the review of the assessment process is what I always say is where we deregister the assessor. That actually happened quite often. So you're finished with this assessment. You are going to hand in this guide. The guide is going to the training provider. The training provider is going to hand this entire assessment guide to the SETA. The SETA is going to look at it. That could be a couple of months later on. And they're going to say, listen here, look here, there's a whole lot of paperwork is not even completed. A whole lot of signatures is not done. Let's deregister the assessor. So that is number 6, the purpose of number 6, that we can check our paperwork. So before it goes off to the SETA, it's all correct.